Hello, lovelies. How are you guys? It's day one of the How to Build a Capsule Wardrobe, and welcome everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I am just more than grateful that you guys are here with me, that I get to do this workshop. It's become my signature event. I only do it twice a year, so you are in for a huge treat. We're going to have so much fun. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what to expect, and I'll go a little bit in detail about myself and my story. And I can't wait to hear from you guys. So I want it to be interactive. I'll try my best to address questions more or less at the end. But I want to just say a big welcome to everyone. And if you can do me a favor and just pop into the comments and let us know your name, where you're from, or where you're joining us from, and anything else that you want to put in to say hello. We've got a lot of people here who are going to be watching live with us right now, and also I would guess probably even more people are going to be watching a replay because we're all so busy, right? And there'll be plenty of prompts for you to be able to go back and rewatch and comment both live and on replays, and we'll make sure that we're going to attend to all your questions. So a couple of other things I wanted to say to you guys, because I know how busy we are. I wanted you to think about these next 3 days and give yourself a little bit of grace. Like I said, it's the end of the day. We're all kind of tired. And really try and show up. Do some deep thinking. That's all prompted for you. And we're going to talk about that today. So day one is really about the prep and the mindset of how we go about being the kind of person we want to be in order to achieve the results that we want, and using the strategy of a capsule wardrobe. So this is self-care, right? So I want you to take that into consideration and have that grace for yourself. As I mentioned, there's 3 days of content. We're showing up live every day at 5 p.m. Central. We're here in the Chicago area. Some of you guys are new, so I want to make sure that you get to hear all about this amazing group that we have here, this private Facebook group. I started about 4 years ago. There's about 500 of you in here, and each one of you is so special and one of a kind. And I love the sharing that goes on with all the comments. So the workshop that we had in April was amazing. I think at any one time we had about 25 people on live and 100 comments, I think, in each broadcast. So please, as I mentioned, introduce yourself and get to know each other, all right? Because that's what this community is really about, is that support. I'm just kind of, leading the way here, but you guys are the stars. You're the star of the show. So you guys can access these videos, as I mentioned, in the guide section of the groups on the left-hand side. And I'm going to be putting those in there, and you'll have access to this content for about a week or so during this whole kind of this workshop week, if you will. There'll be, as I mentioned, 3 days, and then we'll do a little Q&A on Thursday, and we'll just have plenty of time. Many of you might even be watching later, or even this coming weekend. So there's homework, right? I specifically made the workbook. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to share screen. Some of you know I'm not the hugest techie person when it comes to webcam and StreamYard and all that stuff. But with the help of my techie guy, I'm going to share a screen, and I'm going to show you guys some of the pages in the workbook. So this is an amazing workbook that is worth the price of admission, free, just to get the workbook. A lot of work went into it, and I'd love for you guys to go through, take the time, and do the work. And that's really the taking the action going through the workbook is really what's going to get you some momentum, okay? So I wanted to introduce my team, and then I'll tell you guys a little bit about my background. So when, well, I was going to say, when you do share, by the way, just put a hashtag with my name or tag me or whatever with the homework and such, because we've been having some amazing raffle winners so far, even from the sharing from just the promotion. And so before we get into describing what a capsule wardrobe is, I'm going to share today's winner of the raffle. So we already had one winner. Giovanna won the Stella and Dot gift bag. So she's very excited. She's going to get that. So definitely share and let us know your thoughts on things, and then get entered to win some amazing raffle prizes, which I'll go into detail on that in a little bit too. My team, Brittany and Kimberly are here. I'm so excited to have them join me on Team Sue's and be a really wonderful support for you guys going through this process. If you have questions, if you don't have your workbook, you want to know where to get it, both of them are on hand. Brittany's going to be able to put the link in there. Matter of fact, Kimberly put the link in earlier. If you scroll down, there is a PDF file that you guys can download. And there's some instructions there. It's pretty easy to download, so you can have it on your computer and then print it out if you want to. So I'm kind of a printed out kind of person, so I like to have that paper and pen. All right, so those are our amazing team members that are going to be helping us out. And I wanted to thank Facebook. Love, hate Facebook, but this is the platform that allows us to be here in this capacity, and I wanted to make sure that you guys put your alert on for these broadcasts so that you get reminded every day at 5 when we go on live. So thank you, Facebook. All right, so a little bit about me, but I'm going to now share my screen. Okay, guys, there we go. Hopefully you can all see that. So that's Meet Your Style Coach. That's me. So my name is Sue Solari, and I'm an image consultant. I'm also a fashion writer. I have 5 books on style that I've written over the last 7 years. I can't believe it. The last one I wrote during the shutdown, called The 5-Day Closet Cleanse, was inspired by our conditions, right? And I live in Oak Park, Illinois, the suburb of Chicago, with my husband and my twin boys. And I have been doing this work with women. I work just with women for 10 years now. I know, I can't believe it. The first few years were definitely a kind of a hobby business when my kids were little. But everything I do, you guys, and what I'm known for, is helping you to look and feel your absolute most confident best, so that you always show up with brightness, with just a wonderful feeling inside and out, and to also be visible on brand to your prospective clients, and using your resources to the best of your ability. So one of the things I talk a lot about is sustainability, and we'll talk about that a little bit when we get into the wardrobe pieces as well, because building a capsule wardrobe is all about utilizing your resources, using those pieces, and mixing and matching and simplifying, and that we'll go through with the steps, and I'm going to scroll up and you'll see how this strategy is a way of simplifying your life. So speaking of simplifying, what kind of got me into this business is I have a background in interior design, so retail and corporate interior space planning and design. And I practiced for many, many years, about 20 plus years overseas in Hong Kong and Singapore. I lived there for 5 years. And I also started my career in Portland, Oregon, where I'm from. When I was living in Asia and going through that process of working like a sled dog, I mean, they work you hard over there. I did so many projects, but I was really able to hone my design and creative ability to layer color, texture, pattern, and new and creative ways to create palettes. So that's really what led me to after this long career in using interiors to, help someone show up as an individual, as a corporate individual, if you will, applying those principles to the body, kind of in a sculpture, really. And that's really how I get all my fun magic when it comes to making outfits with you guys, and using all of those strategies like my 3 times rule to empower you guys to get amazing looks out of your favorite pieces and out of your basics. So one of the things that happened along the way, and this really kind of started before, I think, when I was in primary school, and I was at a school where we wore uniforms, so it was a parochial school. And I felt like when I went into high school, I kind of went crazy. I had a job for the first time, and I just was buying clothes all the time because I had always been wearing uniforms. And also it was my creative expression, so I really enjoyed, getting dressed and making new outfits all the time, never wearing the same thing twice. But I did find that once I started working, even when I was living overseas, in Hong Kong, for example, there's like a store everywhere. Like in Portland, Oregon, there's a coffee shop everywhere or a brew pub. There's a shop or a place to buy something in Hong Kong every 5 feet, practically. So it kind of hooked in this thing in me where I was constantly buying. And what would happen was I would then get to a point where I was like, why did I buy that? I already have one of those things. And it really kind of came down to a value situation for me, where I guess I know now that I did not feel that I had a value, so I was buying and making those decisions to kind of avoid that feeling. So this has really become a purpose for me in working with women who have too much stuff or not enough, because you have that spectrum of value. And then once again, this is something I've always battled. It's a shopping addiction is what it is. And it's something I always have to work on, because I can get so hooked in. And I know that many of you shared that with me too, that feeling of, what is it, when you hit the button, hit pay, you just feel this rush of euphoria. And they don't call it shopping, retail therapy for no reason. That term has a reason, because it feels like therapy. It feels like something good when you buy. So if you're on that spectrum where you have too many things, going through this process of the Capsule Wardrobe is going to help you evaluate if you have some of those value issues. So that's what I'm really, really excited about, this pre-work that I'm going to show you in a few minutes. So anyway, as I mentioned, I had to deal with those shopping addictions, and a few years back, my family went through some difficult financial times, and that's really kind of clued into what and where and why I was buying things, and kind of had to cure myself for that reason, and really helped me with this mindset of who I want to be and how I want to use my resources. That not just my money, but my time. When I'm talking to clients about buying things, if you're going off and shopping without a plan, which is something we're going to help you to achieve with what you get in the workshop, is having out the shopping plan. But if you're doing that on a regular basis, and you're going to the mall and you're spending 2 hours, and you come out of there with a pair of earrings, it's like, wait a minute, what is your time worth? So that's a misuse of your time. And then on the other extreme, I guess it could happen too, that you could come back with an outfit, say for an event that is coming up, and you have to buy something, and you just kind of buy whatever fits, or it's like, oh, the event's tomorrow or it's tonight, and I just bought this black dress and it's okay. All right, so it's just okay. So it's going to sit in your closet. Maybe you'll wear it another time, maybe you won't. But it will remind you every time that you went shopping, in a rush, you spent the money, it wasn't right for you, and what could you have done with that cash? I mean, you could have maybe made an outfit out of the things that you already had, and use that money to put into a vacation fund for your family. So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to utilizing resources. So I talk about that a lot, so we'll definitely we'll go into that too. So with that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you're going to get with the workshop. and then you guys can get all excited. I'm so excited. So what you're gonna get? So basically, a capsule wardrobe is 12 hero pieces. I've spoken about these pieces, over the 10 years. I've called them different things. I used to call them my top 10, and then of course, 10 wasn't enough. I had to make it 12. So foundation pieces. I call them hero pieces a lot because they are, the kind of things that you invest in that are high quality, spend a little bit more on them, that are your style. We're going to talk about your style aesthetic in this workshop. That feel amazing. They feel luxurious. They feel like you. You can't wait to put them on, right? And they're the basics that we're going to use as a foundation for our wardrobe. So to be clear, a capsule wardrobe is not all you're going to have. I'm not saying you can only have 12 pieces in your closet. I'm not Marie Kondo. It is the foundational pieces that we use to mix and match to create 30 days of outfits. And that's what we're going to do over this next 3 days. So you're going to get out of this whole experience. You're going to look and feel confident every day for work, play, events, date nights, you name it. You're going to have more fun with your clothes. You're going to have a renewed sense of enthusiasm for spending time in your closet and getting dressed. You're going to want to get dressed every morning and be like, dang, I can't wait to get dressed. We're also going to teach you a little bit about fall trends. So that you feel refreshed and you feel stylish for all these occasions. So very exciting stuff. So I want to tell you a little bit about why I put this workshop together. And I'm going to now share, just going to go back, toggle up to the front. So again, if you guys have this workshop workbook, you'll see this. Hopefully you guys are seeing all this stuff because it's kind of hard for me to see everything. Okay, there we go. All right, so, all right, my notes was blocking my little face there. So why did I create this workshop? So, last year we had a massive lifestyle change. And a lot of times when I'm working with clients who come and find me, they're like, oh my gosh, you know what, I've forgotten how to get dressed anymore, or I've had so many changes in my life. I went in and out of maternity, and I got my kids into college. I am trying to grow my career, or I'm at the top of my career and I've lost myself, right? My wardrobe didn't keep up with where I am in my current life or in my current size. Body shape and style has a huge component. So what I noticed from last year, in the last year and a half, a lot of you have either lost weight because you're on a health challenge, or many more of you actually have gained weight because you've been sedentary working at home. And you've lost also like a desire even to get dressed for work, if you will, because you're just wearing your pajamas at home. So that's what I call like a lifestyle change. So encountering that huge shift last year, the pandemic just highlighted some issues for us that are kind of always maybe behind the scenes, if you will. You're stressed out by your, juggling your family life, and maybe you're going back into an office, into a hybrid situation, and that can be stressful. And like I said, many of you have told me that you going back to work, but you don't feel confident about the clothes, that you don't want to wear suits anymore. It's like, I'm not wearing any more stilettos, no more high heels for me. So, fall and spring are the perfect times to reevaluate what you have, to do an inventory, if you will. So, being as that we're in fall and we're going into, a situation where we're working and we're more live, maybe we're doing more live work and visiting clients live. I've already seen from designers and manufacturers a lot of new kind of pieces that are going to help you to transition this period, right? So a little bit more relaxed fit with waistbands and things like that. Shoes that are sturdier, that have block heels and chunk heels. Platforms are back. I've seen wedges and things here at the end of summer. So things that we thought were out are back in, wide leg pants, a little more relaxed fit. So those have all been a response to this pandemic and a shift of people wanting to be more comfortable. I have a blueprint for success for you guys. This is what I'm known for, is creating a plan, a strategy that's going to work for your schedule this week, solving the issues of, how to create this capsule wardrobe for yourself and really feel empowered in all of your outfits. That's what it's all about, is making these outfits that feel like you. That's your style that really feels good wearing it, all right? So this system I'm teaching is very empowering. I do it with clients one-on-one. Some of you guys actually are going to be in here, you're going to be like, you know what, I don't have time to watch the videos. Suze, can you just help me? Do you work one-on-one? Yes, I do. So reach out to me or to Brittany or whatever, and let me know if that's something that you'd like to set up a call for. Many of you are going to go through this process, and you're going to want more support. And I have a membership community that I'm going to talk more about at the end of our workshop on day 3. But there are a lot of you, let's see, I'm just going to look at the comments real quick. Sometimes I can't see who the comments are from because of the webcam that I'm using. But many of you guys are in here, my members. So that is another option for you guys to get more help after this workshop. So, so I'm just going to scroll down a little bit and show you guys the workbook. You get an idea of some pre-work that I put in here for you if you had a chance to go over it ahead of time. You kind of got the idea here of some of the things I was saying about, if you're confused about what to wear, or maybe you're bored with your clothes, that happens a lot too. It's like, oh my God, I'm wearing 20% of my clothes 80% of the time, the whole 20-80 paradigm, right? So maybe even 10%. One of my clients told me, Suze, I'm only wearing 10% of my closet 90% of the time. So, that is something that, again, I want you to think about, okay? I want you to take the time and get some clarity on, what are the activities that you're doing, okay? Because this is going to help identify your wardrobe pieces. Some of these pieces you may already have in your closet. I hope so. Just makes it easier. But we're going to go through each piece one at a time. We're going to start that process tomorrow. Today is really about this pre-work, about getting some clarity and feeling that you can do it, knowing what's ahead, going through the workbook, taking these steps, first 3 steps. So let's see, I'm going to show you a little bit about your style, and then I'm going to go into my 3-step system. And if there's time here at the end, I can definitely look and see if some of your questions. But for sure, please put questions into the comment section, and I would love to just support you on this whole journey. If you're like, Suze, I don't understand what you mean by, a tailored style, for example, or Suze, I don't want to answer those questions. If you feel resistance in answering those questions, I think that might be something that you have to do, and that might be really helpful for you. So sometimes that's just what happens, right? So we're taking a leap here. We're gonna get some mojo, and it takes a little bit of persistence on your end to do this stuff. So, all right. So I want to tell you a little bit about style aesthetics, because that's really where we want to dig in a little bit. I get questions like, Suze, I don't know what my style is anymore. Or I don't feel stylish anymore. I used to feel stylish. I kind of used to wear this and I felt really confident. I wear suits a lot for work, and then I have like workout clothes, but I have nothing in between. I don't know what the in-between style is. So what I want to do is have you reduce your thought process to make it really simple, to think about 3 different style types. Now, there's of course way more, but these 3 seem to be kind of the main ones. And so when I'm working with someone who tells me, oh my gosh, I have so many clothes and they're all over the place, and I'm not wearing all of my clothes. It usually means that you like a lot of styles and you're kind of buying things willy-nilly, and someone's telling you, oh my god, that's perfect on you, you have to buy it. And then you get home and you realize, oh my gosh, this thing has, zippers, and I hate zippers. Why did I buy that? And then you have to go through the process of returning it. So that's that whole process of buy, return, repeat, right? Buy, regret, return, repeat. So we want to avoid that. So when you buy things that are your style, you can avoid that whole process, or you can at least reduce buying things that aren't your style. So the first one I wanted to show you, oh gosh. So you guys, this is an older workbook, I just realized here, because the classic tailored, darn. I'll pull up the new one for tomorrow, but Kimberly helped me upload a cool picture of Oprah, because I think Oprah just represents the perfect tailored. I originally put Gwyneth in here. You guys can see Gwyneth. So you get the idea of the person. It's not the person. It's kind of an icon that I'm trying to conjure for you, so that you can kind of like keep your eye out for pictures of that person. So the reason why I wanted to use Oprah is because, like, if you look at all of her outfits, they're very, there's not a lot of fluff, and Gwyneth as well, right? There's not a lot of prints. There's not a lot of, girly kind of things. It's very streamlined. So same with Gwyneth. She's very classic. Like I said, clean, sort of a reliance on neutrals. Very elegant, okay? And color blocking is something you do when you take a bold color like this top that I'm wearing, and then would wear, say, a brown or a white pant, or khaki, or white. It's really good with red. That's a color blocking. So some of the other people that you might think of for icons for a classic tailored style aesthetic would be Katharine Hepburn, Audrey Hepburn, the Hepburns, not related. Michelle Obama, she's another one. I mean, she definitely is that classic, clean, easily identifiable. Some of the brands would be Eileen Fisher, White House Black Market, they're very clean, DKNY. Those would be brands that you would identify, like, oh yeah, I like to shop there. J. Jill. So think about this while you're, taking some notes here about those style aesthetics. If that's you, then you want to kind of have that in the forefront when you're shopping and when you're picking out these pieces, okay? The next one is a preppy and sporty. So again, I'm kind of put these two together. I'm showing Blair Waldorf from Gossip Girl. Anybody watch that show? That was my guilty pleasure when the kids were little. I used to watch Gossip Girl. I love the fashion, right? So Blair is very, very preppy. So the term preppy has came from like the 80s, and it's an Ivy League collegiate look, okay? So conservative, sort of a retro twist in there. There's some classic prints like Argyle, polka dots, stripes. Sort of conjures this, like I said, Ivy League, sort of Martha's Vineyard kind of feeling. And the sporty part comes in there too, with things are very straight, and there's a lot of belts, and there's not a lot of fancy details, okay? So fancy meaning like ruffly things. So that's preppy sporty. And other icons that you might think of in this category of style aesthetic would be Blair Waldorf, Katie Holmes, she's a classic, and Jackie O, of course, very much a preppy sporty. Princess Diana, she totally embodied that, right? So take some time again to think, look through your closet, say, you know what? I have a lot of this stuff. I mean, I think you kind of already know if you're a preppy, right? For me, I like a little bit of preppy, but I know that, like, this jacket here behind me, here, I'm just going to toggle off so you guys can see that back onto my screen. So this jacket here is a double-breasted jacket, would be considered a classic, but because of the buttons and the details, I would say it's more preppy. Okay, So we're gonna go back to our screen sharing, and places that you would look for this preppy style aesthetic would be, let's see, Bowden, MM Fleur. They're very preppy. Let's see, J. Crew, right? That's a classic, hands down. Again, go to those icons and search them. Like with Jackie O, she wore a lot of things that were made for her, right? So that was a time when she had her designers, Oleg Cassini and Givenchy, they did all these, she had her in-house designers, right? So the last one is bohemian and feminine, all right? So if I was to choose just one style aesthetic, as you guys know, that would be it. I mean, look, I've got like a turban headband on today. Everywhere else I'm pretty classic with just the simple top, but, and I show here Emily from Emily in Paris. She's very bohemian. She kind of goes a little bit preppy sometimes. Another one to conjure up would be Carrie Bradshaw. I know some of you guys are big Carrie fans. Love, love, love Carrie. She's amazing. So, as you notice from oh, thank you, girlfriend, likes my style. This is a more relaxed style aesthetic with the bohemian. So caftans and long cardigans, dusters, and kimonos. So a mix of color and print, combining bright and bold prints is definitely a marker of a bohemian feminine style. Details like ruffles and sort of global inspired, right? So some tribal mixture of prints and accessories, and very much a layered look. So other icons you could think of would be Jane Birkin, again, like classic French model famous in the 60s and 70s. Rihanna, she's very bohemian. And Cher, I mean, she's a classic. Cher kind of goes into Wild Child, which is a whole nother aesthetic. But again, like I said, I wanted to kind of keep on just focusing on these three aesthetics. If you guys can kind of put yourself into one of these, I think it's going to be very, very helpful. I know it will be actually be helpful for you guys creating this wardrobe. So, alrighty, so I'm just going to come back onto me. Okay, I'm back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through my three-step system. Okay, now these are again strategies that you're going to use on a regular basis. Okay, this is what's going to help you narrow in and focus. Okay, we're going to make these 12 pieces, but as we go along, while you're going through your closet and looking for these pieces, here are 3 things that you guys can do to, again, get in that mindset of simplifying. Okay, so my 3-step system is curate, choose, and create. Okay, so curating, what is that? That is evaluating the things that you have in your closet. Okay, and if you have a lot of stuff, you can start in one section and maybe just go with your favorite things. And maybe you go right to left. Just depends. We all have different layouts for our closets, right? You know, if you live in the Oak Park area like I do, we have these tiny little closets, right? Some of us are lucky enough to have a larger closet. Who's that? That's me. Only because we're renting this bungalow that has this upper floor where there's a spare room. So Joe and I are able to use the closets there. So I'm able to have a lot of lineal storage space, which makes it easier for me to line things up and then organize by color. So when you're evaluating, you want to look at the shape, the fit of the garment. Is it best suited to your body shape right now? So that you always feel comfortable and chic in it. If it's not, and it's a size too big or a size too small, I recommend putting that in another space. Okay, there's no reason to feel bad that you can't wear something or to feel ill-fitted if something is too big for you. Okay, so choosing. This is editing out. Okay, these are things that don't serve you anymore. So this could be like a whole nother workshop, okay, just these 3 items. But I really wanted to give you some of these strategies to utilize and to think about while you're going through this process. So, and that is removing things that don't fit. Again, oversized too big or size too small. I recommend that if you are on a health challenge and you have things that are too small for you that you're planning to get back into, fold those up, put them in an airtight box, and put them under your bed, just so you don't have to look at them, okay? So that's something you can be doing. And then our last, number 3, is create, okay? Sometimes there's a 4th step, and that's add. And that's where, when you're working with me one-on-one, we're going to identify what those pieces are, or even in the membership, my clients and my members, they can reach out once a week and ask, you know, Suze, is this something that would look good? While you guys are in the workshop with me, please share in the comments your outfits. We're going to be putting outfits together, even starting tomorrow, and share your pieces. Share a picture of, like, hey, is this what you were thinking for, like, you know, XYZ or whatever, number 1, number 2. So creating is my purpose. I know what I was born to do. Have you guys ever watched a show called Phineas and Ferb? And they would always start out with Phineas saying, or Ferb, I can't remember who's who, Ferb, I know what we're going to do today, right? And they would go off on some caper. So every day I wake up, I'm like, oh my God, I know what I'm going to do today. I was born to make outfits for you guys, for the world. I just love this stuff. It feeds my soul that I get to help you guys feed your souls, right? And to make these fun outfits. So the creative process, we're all creative, you guys. Guess what? We are all, every single one of us, creative. We just have to tap into that imagination part of us and utilize it and change that story. If you've always said to yourself, I can't do that, you know, I'm no good at that. Change that story. Take that language out of your vocabulary, okay? I know some of you guys like that one. That's a good one. We are all creative people. So that's where we're going to make some fun outfits with the creating. So we're going to use my 3 times rule, which is using one color 3 times to make an outfit. And so we'll be going into that into some detail. And we're getting kind of close to the end here. So I wanted to just let you know, let's see, I'm going to go, I want to let you guys know that I'm just super, super excited for your momentum and growth on this little journey of ours, okay? So starting tomorrow, we're going to go through each and every piece, all right? And you can see, I'll just give you a real quick preview. You can see from the workbook, if you guys don't have it, you're going to have each piece. It's going to show you a little bit of information on each piece, and then going into day 3 we'll wrap up. So we'll do 8 pieces tomorrow. It's going to take a while to go through each piece, and then on day 3 we'll go through the last 12. But that is the rest of the workbook, guys. And then also in day 3, this is how we're going to make outfits. Okay, I'm going to show you how you can identify these pieces and then use an itinerary. I actually developed this for travel, but it works really good for the capsule. So, all right. So I am going to just have a look here at any of the comments that came through and see if there's anything that's burning here. I'm excited for the workshop. One of you guys has said, I wish that I could see who it is that's sharing, but it's this webcam doesn't allow me to see who it is. But I know that many of you guys are here. You're excited. This has been super fun getting to work with you guys. As you know, in the group here, this private Facebook group, I go live every Wednesday at 12 or 12:30, just depends on what I'm doing. And that's really where I get to share with you guys a style lesson every week. So if you go back through some of the lessons, you can even see some of the pieces that I have highlighted in preparation for this workshop. So super excited for some of your enthusiastic comments here saying, Suze, it's really fun to work with you. Your passion comes through. Oh my gosh, you guys are so amazing. I love you guys. You love the 3 times rule. And oh, someone really loves Carrie. I think that's probably Brittany because she told me she's a Carrie fan. So I'm excited for the reboot. How about you guys? So anyway, give me some high fives if you guys are and enjoyed this day 1. Definitely put your comments in if you have anything you want to share right now. I didn't see much in the way of where people are are watching from. So definitely put where you're from. I know I have members all over the country and parts of Europe. One of my little friends is in Paris. I love her. Andy's here, and she's gonna be watching later because it's too late there. But I wanted to now announce the raffle winner for our second raffle prize. This is called the Bangle Stacker, and it's super cool because you can stack your bracelets on these cones, and then it's got spaces for rings, and then all along the little tray here you can put necklaces. Okay, so and then you can pick them up and carry them around. You can put them into a cabinet and move them out of the way, you know, if you want it to be tidy or whatever. But it's called a Bangle Stacker, and it's developed by my girlfriend Kate here in Chicago, Oak Park area, who had this amazing idea and created these things and had a patent on it and everything. So I wanted to share this Bangle Stacker with you guys. So the raffle winner for sharing the most shares on Facebook is Lori Casey. Dun dun dun. Lori, if you're here, give us some love, some high fives. Lori is an amazing person. I love her to pieces, and she gets to win this the Bangle Stacker. And I've got some other cool prizes, guys, including some. Let's see. I just happen to have some books from Sue Solari. So I'm going to be giving out some books from my collection of handbooks. Also, Peggy Goodman necklace that is also a mask chain. And also Celery Veneta has this delicious, oh my god, face soap. What else? Oh, Jane. Okay, Jane Boutique. If you guys go to the, scroll to the bottom. Let me see if it's here. You know what? Yeah, it's not in here. I have the old workbook. I'm going to show you guys, though, tomorrow you're going to see, I'm going to show you the more up-to-date workbook that has shoppable links, okay? Super excited. It's bonus material that Kimberly helped me make, and those are links of more than actually 12 pieces because it's giving you options. From Jane Boutique, there's a few from Amazon, there's a few from Jeanette Swaby, who is a designer here in Chicago. And all of those things are meant to be easily found so that you guys can get those things to complete your capsule wardrobes if you're missing things. Those are some of the wonderful gifts. So Jane Boutique, we're going to do a gift card for them. So show up tomorrow and do your homework, guys. Share your ahas, okay? Share when you're going through, you know, these questions about feeling confident and feeling good in your skin. You know, I want to encourage you guys to you know, dig down about that a little bit and you know, share with us, and we can all be here to support you. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up. We're right on time. Yay! So thank you guys so much for being here, for showing up. Again, you know, these broadcasts will be available to watch on the replay. So put your comments in and we will go through and answer all your questions. Invite people. It's not too late. You're going to have all week to do this this fun work. So definitely, if you think that, oh my god, you know, my cousin or my girlfriend or my colleague needs this workshop, invite them. You know, get them into the group, and we'd love to have them join us. So all right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, 5 p.m. Central, right here live. And I'm just so excited to keep this mojo going. So do the work and share, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.